Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us.
All right, hello and welcome to Sunday's edition of Between the Ropes. I am hosting for right now. We're hoping to have Ace here in a little bit, but I'm Big B. I am joined by our usual guest or host of honors, I guess. We got the working man, Crispy Bacon. How you doing?
Doing good. Here talking about the pay-per-view and what went down on Raw tonight.
Yes, exactly. And then we got the EST of the Between the Ropes. Christy, how you doing? Can you hear us? We can't hear you, Christy. Okay.
Okay.
All right, she's gonna reset here and come back. I thought maybe she was trying to. I think she was trying to be a mime at first there. So
maybe.
So, anyways, Chris, let's get into it. Thomas Burnett's already chiming in. Hey, what's up, Thomas? Guy from Thoughts Count Anywhere on Saturday. All right, Christy's back.
Yep.
Thank God. I was like, what the hell?
Christy, you could be a mime almost. You know, we thought you. Yeah. So. All right, Christy. So how you doing?
Doing good.
All right. So let's get it.
All that good stuff.
So let's get into it. I know Raw and SmackDown weren't very entertaining, but there was a couple of entertaining things. What's your biggest? For me, from what I saw from Raw, the biggest thing was the women's tag match.
Mm-hmm.
Damage Control losing the titles to Asuka and Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
So, Chrissy, what you think of that match?
I'm kind of wondering what's the point of it, really. I mean,
we're not going to throw any spoilers out there right now.
I'm not going to throw any spoilers. I just thought, it's cool. It's cool with Asuka and Alexa winning the titles, but I kind of felt it was just a bad booking decision to take them off Dakota and Io like that.
Yeah, action-wise, I think the match was very action-packed. So.
It was solid. It was very solid.
So, Chris, what's your thoughts on that women's tag match?
Yeah, it was a good match. I thought that, I guess putting it on Asuka and Alexa was a good move, considering you had Bianca as women's champion. But hopefully they keep it on them for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, and Thomas, I don't think we could disagree with you. Damage Control loses the belt to begin with was dumb. Yeah.
It was.
I mean, yeah. So,
it's like, why?
Exactly. Yeah. So, outside of that, anything else, guys, sparked your interest on Raw? Thomas, if you got anything that sparked your interest on Raw, let's hear it. But
I think
to me, I didn't see nothing.
Gargano throwing accusations at the Miz on the whole. That Miz Dexter Lumis storyline. I'm like, this adds another element.
And they did a whole 60-minute spoof.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I don't know which way. I don't know what they're doing with this. So it's got me intrigued on where they're going with this storyline and stuff, and Miz and Dexter Lumis, and now Gargano's being involved. So it'll be interesting how this plays out. And hopefully they play it out to the fullest and not shortchange us and then try to move on with us and making us forget about it. So, all right. So it does sound like Raw was that. SmackDown was, of course, pre-taped because they had to travel. But, Chris, what did you think? What stuck out to you on SmackDown?
I thought Bray Wyatt's promo kind of stuck out because he came out a couple times. And he's like, I've changed, real me. This is who I am.
Being
he's kind of turning, I guess, somewhat back to what he was. I don't know, or something in that variation, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Then Uncle Howdy character came in. I'm like, whoa, why do I feel like you just stepped out of a Stephen King novel? What the hell's going on?
Yeah,
He's probably
exactly.
got
So,
Stephen
Scary
King.
looking. I will admit
so
that.
let's backtrack a second here. Thomas is saying maybe we get a mixed tag match between the Miz's and the Garganos, possibly. I mean, that could be a something, but how does Loomis fit
Yeah.
in? But anyways, okay,
Or
Chrissy.
they could do
So
a mixed tag team match: Miz and Maurice versus Dexter Loomis and Indy Hartwell.
yeah, that is true.
Good.
They could do it that way too. So, all right, so let's get back to SmackDown, the Bray
Yes.
Wyatt promo. Chrissy, what did you think of it?
Well, besides the impressions of Uncle Howdy looking like he comes out of a Stephen King novel, it was overall really good. I mean, Bray really knows how to suck you in and
Yep.
really get you to pay attention to what he's saying. And I was sucked in, completely sucked in, and it was
Mhm.
really
Yeah.
good. And then Uncle
Who do
Howdy
we-
showed up, and I'm like, ah!
Who do we think Uncle Howdy is? I mean, I know there's been a lot of rumors anywhere from Bo Dallas down to their own uncle, Barry
Mhm.
Windham. So,
Yep.
I mean,
I've heard that
who
too.
I don't think it's Bo Dallas. Yeah, he was wearing an earring like Bo, but
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it
I-
was him.
yeah. And being Barry Windham, I
Maybe.
I think he's been
I
out of the
don't
business
know.
for years.
Yeah, but wrestlers can get back into fit, get into training a little bit. But
Yeah.
It could be.
Thomas, I do agree with you. If it is Barry Windham, that would be awesome. That definitely would be awesome. I ain't gonna lie about that.
Yeah.
It
That'd be cool.
could be. It could be. Rowan maybe. Or-
Eric Rowan?
No.
No, it can't be. I
I-
don't think it's just.
Well, I'm not gonna say no. I mean,
I don't
Chris,
see a
I'm not,
beard sticking out of the mask, so it has to be somebody who should.
yeah, Rowan has a little bit longer beard, so
Oh.
yeah. Unless he shaved it recently. I mean, we haven't seen him, but honestly, if it's Barry Windham, yeah, like Taj Burnett said, that'd be awesome. So,
Mhm.
but the main event on SmackDown, if I remember right, was Gunther versus Ray in a IC title match.
Mm-hmm.
So, Chrissy, what did you think of that match?
Crazy match. I mean, you would think someone like Ray, who's not a very big person, going up against someone huge like Gunther, he held his own, and even though he didn't win, I was impressed.
Okay, Chris.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna put it on Ray and then have like some kind of rematch down the road, either maybe a Survivor Series.
Maybe.
Considering it's the final pay-per-view of the year, I think it is. So maybe something like that.
Yeah, no, Gunther, Ray. I mean, we see Ray take on some big guys. So what did surprise me? Put on a decent match. Ray not winning is not the end of the world.
Nope.
I mean, now somebody I've seen has thrown their hat in the ring per se, and wants a shot at the IC title or the US title. Solo said he wants his own. He wants his own belt. So we'll see where he goes with that. Thomas is throwing out there. What if it's a swerve and it's Shane O'Mac?
I don't know.
Who knows? I mean,
no, I don't know.
I can tell you.
Who knows? I mean, heck, it could be Vince. I mean,
It was me. It was me all along.
Yeah. No. Tim Fielder, Sarge is chiming in. Sarge, you got the link. Come on, jump on in. He says Crown Jewel is underrated. So let's get into that because I don't think we learned much from Raw SmackDown pertaining to Crown Jewel. So let's get into it. Crown Jewel happened Saturday. There's a lot of speculation that it was going to happen at the Performance Center because there was some threats. As far as I know, everybody got over there okay. Everybody made it back okay. So props to them. Opening match, I believe. I just watched it. Brock versus Bobby Lashley. Chrissy, what did you think of that match?
Really good match between these two. I mean, they're both big guys. They're each really, really good. I didn't like the ending though.
I didn't either.
I just didn't like the ending. It was kind of a downer on what was otherwise a really, really good match between these two. I didn't think it was possible for them to have that good of a match, but wow, it was a banger.
Chris?
Except for the ending.
Yeah, it was a good match. I had a feeling Brock was gonna win, but I thought it'd be a different ending. I felt like there's a couple botches in there, but
Mhm.
other than that, it was a good match. MVP didn't show up, and I think
I
that was
don't even
kind of
think he was there.
Oh,
no.
No.
And I think that was Omos's downfall per se,
Hmm.
because he didn't
uh,
have somebody in his corner. But
Right.
no, we're talking Bobby Lashley, not
Oh yeah,
almost.
Lashley. Yeah, we're talking Lashley versus
oh
Lesnar.
yeah,
Yeah.
Omos is like way later.
yeah. But no, it was a
The
good match. I just felt like there's a botch in there.
yeah. Two big guys. I mean, they're pretty agile. So, yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I don't know if Brock's injury knee, I saw him limping around a lot, was real or just a sell, but he got over it, flipped, did his thing. Chris, I'm with you. I don't think the ending was perfect, but I don't think Bobby was going to win that match either way.
No, but I think he looks strong though.
Yeah. Chris brought up MVP. Reports are it was a personal choice for MVP not to be there because of some beliefs that he had and changed. So we won't get into that. So
no.
Chris, what it was match number 2? If you got the card up, or Chris, if you got the card up,
real quick.
I think Chris has got it.
I think I want to say match 2 was a tag match, but I could be wrong.
I think you might be right.
All right, 1 second. Okay, here you go.
Ooh.
Match number 2 was Damage Control. Yeah.
Okay, Damage Control versus
Asuka and
Alexa for the women's tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Chris, what you think of that match and the outcome?
I don't know. The only way I thought that you were, if you're going to switch titles, which they did, you're going to give the championship to Bailey, and we'll get to that later in that result. But that's what I was thinking before the match. Backstage, they're doing an interview, and I guess Bray Wyatt's emblem logo, popped up, kind of announced he was coming. Kind of freaked Alexa Bliss out, so kind of things going around there. But I don't know. It was a good match. I liked it, and we'll just see what happens down the road with all of that.
Yep, exactly. Chrissy, what you think?
I mean, it was not a bad match, but kind of made me feel bad for Asuka and Alexa because they just won the titles, and then you lose them about 5 or so days later back to Dakota and Io. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
not feeling too good about it.
Yeah, I mean the match again was good. The title changing hands. Why? I mean, 5 days earlier they won them. Now you take them off 5 days, which I think kind of some of us thought maybe they're setting up for something else down the road during the pay-per-view. But to me, it didn't make sense. Thomas is, yes. We did notice Bray's moth appearing during the pre-match promo. Alexa kind of got spooked.
Did anybody notice? Did anybody notice at the commentator's side of the ring, the back lights kind of went out?
No.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
I didn't.
I did not notice that.
Huh.
So, so are we hinting that Alexa might get persuaded or under the powers of whoever's running the Wyatt Six now? I mean, who knows?
I don't
know. And one person showed up. We forgot about that. One person showed up.
Yes, Nikki Cross interfered. Possibly could she be member number 4, Damage Control? I don't know.
I doubt
she's kind of dressing like them. I mean, she's got to.
Well, she did attack. I think it was Damage Control when she reverted back to being Nikki Cross.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the thing is hearing it's not Alexa join Bray. It's going to instead be Nikki.
I don't know.
I don't know what that was. I mean, Thomas, you're tied in. You're tied in more than what we are, but Nikki would fit in. But I know when they paired those two up before, Alexa and Bray, they wanted her to, was supposed to be Sister Abigail. So
Right.
who knows? I mean, they definitely got another swerve on us coming, or got another
Yep.
good storyline coming. So,
Oh yes.
but like I said, Nikki possibly part of Damage Control now. I mean, who knows? I mean, Survivor Series coming up, so maybe they're starting to build another member for them, and then see who Belair and those guys get. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
So, Chris, what is what are we on, match 3 now?
Yeah, match number 3 was Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross in a steel cage. Drew won that.
All right, Chrissy, what do you got? What's your
Well,
take on it?
It was a really, really good match. I did want Cross to win, but I wasn't mad that McIntyre did. I kind of don't understand why McIntyre won, but I'm not mad about it.
Chris?
No, it was a good match. I heard Drew McIntyre was in his own quote unquote flu game, as he had the flu during this match.
He was sick. He was sick.
Yeah, and
he wasn't feeling oozy, huh?
No, he was.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling
oozy.
And
he was feeling like complete crap.
Yeah, and
good.
I mean,
props to him.
Yeah, he did a good match. There's
Job
pepper spray involved again.
Oh, yeah.
Came down to a photo finish.
Mm-hmm.
Drew McIntyre fell down the cage, or fell off the cage while Karrion Kross tried to
climb,
go out the door, and didn't work out.
All right, sorry, Dallas, chime in. Hey, Big B. Hey, Christy.
Hey, shut up.
So Thomas is also throwing out there, maybe Becky returns and make it 4-on-4 with the women.
Maybe.
Possibly. I know if you guys didn't watch
Asuka and Alexa, if it's that team.
Yep. If you didn't watch, Becky's been doing a little acting on Young Rock. She played
Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper, thank you. Yes. Drew winning sets up a rubber match. Yes.
That's what I thought.
I think so.
Most likely we're going to get a rubber match at Survivor Series, or maybe beyond at the next pay-per-view. Maybe even on SmackDown. Who knows? Hopefully something comes out about it. Maybe a number 1 contender shot or something. So, all right. So for me, the match was good. Karrion Kross, won. I could have won, or McIntyre won. I could have won either way. Like Chrissy said, I wasn't upset with the finish. They're 1-1 now, so we get a best, possibly a third match. I don't know what it could be, but maybe they put Scarlett in a shark cage or borrow from ringside or something. Who knows?
Put her in a shark cage, make the last man standing match.
Yeah, exactly.
Either way.
Yeah. So, all right, Chris, what's the next match?
The next match is Judgment Day versus the OC. Judgment Day won that.
Yeah. For me, man,
wow.
Who OC won? You said?
Yeah.
No,
OC and
Judgment Day won. Judgment Day won.
Judgment Day won. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're pushing Judgment Day. I mean, I don't know how much further you can keep pushing them until they get title shots or they get some gold around them. Rhea came out and had the little hairdo like Beth Phoenix did, and kind of.
It didn't look great.
No, it didn't. But she made a message on rest in peace to the great late Beth Phoenix. Kind of taking stabs at her. So
the wrestling
overall, overall, I think the match was good. I mean, Dominic got in, did his little thing, but I mean, sooner or later, I was telling Crispy off site, they're going to add a woman to the OC. Rumors I saw popping up, Charlotte Flair's coming back. That might be the fourth person there going into Survivor Series. We get a mixed Survivor Series match. Who knows? So, Chrissy, what did you think of the match overall? Christy.
Sorry.
No, whoever, whichever one of you. EST, let's go with that one.
Okay. This match wasn't too bad. Rhea got involved, like I think a lot of us thought she was going to. Whoever the OC's female partner was going to be didn't make the trip to Saudi Arabia, so that's why we didn't see anyone counter Rhea at all. And I was watching a watch party thing, and they were so furious over Judgment Day winning because they feel like they're getting pushed to the moon, and how much farther can you push them?
Yeah.
They could afford the loss.
Without putting titles on them, you're right.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Crispy, so what do you got?
Yeah. No, I thought it was a good match. I was hoping the OC would win. I was kind of predicting somebody would have returned. But it didn't happen. I don't know why it didn't happen on this pay-per-view. They talked about it a lot leading up to it. So, Judgment Day did what they always do.
Yep. So Thomas Burnett chiming in with possibly, I didn't even think about this. They'll have the rubber match down the road, but he thinks Drew McIntyre is going to team with the Brutes and face the Bloodline inside War Games.
Ooh.
Now that I did not think of that at all, because me and Chris were talking offsite what War Games could be like. That would be one heck of a War Games.
That would be.
Now you could probably have Brawling Brutes.
Yeah.
You could have New Day.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could probably have maybe Drew McIntyre team up with Cross.
Teaming up with who?
Karrion Kross.
No. I think Thomas is onto something with Drew teaming up with the Brawling Brutes to face the Bloodline. New Day, I can see possibly New Day somehow getting involved. Maybe Drew McIntyre and New Day versus the Bloodline. Who knows?
A lot of possibilities out there.
Because I think it said 5-on-5. 10 people
Yeah.
in the ring, so
they do it with NXT War Games with the 5-on-5 matches.
Yeah, and that's honestly what I kind of hope they swerve us and bring NXT back involved. I thought that was kind of cool.
Nice. Oh, that would be
so all right, Chris. So let's get back on track here. What was the next match?
It was Strowman and Omos. Strowman won by pinfall.
Chris, so what do you think of this match?
Yeah, it was a good match. It seemed like throughout the lead up to it, they had Omos and Braun Strowman have like individual matches with like a handicap match and kind of showing off their strength. But I think it was kind of showing more towards Omos than it did towards Strowman, because we already knew his strength. He's been in the WWE for a while. So it was kind of more towards Omos. I kind of figured it was going to be Strowman that wins just because of that, but I thought it was a good match overall.
Okay, Chrissy, what did you think?
Not a bad match, but I kind of saw it as like, well, bathroom break.
Yeah.
Whoops. Even though both guys were impressive. I mean, Omos has gotten better, but Strowman's been there a long time, so his experience definitely helped out.
Yeah, for me, I mean, for two big guys, I mean, I thought it was a pretty good match. I did not realize how much taller or how tall Omos was until you got him standing next to Strowman, who almost was a foot or a head taller than him. Thomas is chiming in. Hopefully, Omos goes away. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not a big fan.
I see outside.
Omos,
I'm not a big fan of them, but I think they could do stuff with them. Now I'm going to flip and give us we haven't had a Dragon Viper take in a while, so Dragon Viper, my inner Dragon Viper. This was the greatest match of the night. Should have been the main event. You should have had a title on the line somehow. Both these guys are Hall of Famers, so this was the match of the night in Viper's eyes. So, but no, I mean, outside of that, for two big guys, I think it was a great match. I think it should have opened the card, but I didn't mind who opened. You know, I'm with Chrissy. I think it was kind of okay, bathroom break
A
or
bathroom break.
or a mess
Yeah.
around that break or something. I don't know. So,
Because
all right,
both,
Chris.
Or in my case,
both
it's
of
give
them,
drink break.
Yeah. All right, Chris. What's next?
yeah. So the next one's the Universal Tag Team Championship.
Mm-hmm.
The Usos and I'm
Ridge
going
The
off.
Holland,
Brutes.
Pete Dunne.
Yeah, Brawling Brutes. And the Usos.
Did he come on as Pete Dunne? I don't recall.
No.
He's still coming out as Butch, but he's wearing the gear
Pete
he
Dunne
wears.
stuff.
Pete Dunne, yeah.
All right, Christy. So EST. What was your thoughts on it?
Not a really, really good match. I mean, I'll give Brawling Brutes credit for holding their own against the Usos, and I hate the fact the Usos won, but I'll give the Brawling Brutes credit. They did really well.
Oh, Thomas is chiming in saying Jay has a broken wrist. So
I heard he injured it at a house show before they went to Saudi Arabia. So I kind of noticed Jay wasn't very heavily involved in the match. It was Jimmy doing a good amount of the work.
And they mentioned that at the start of the match.
Oh, they did? Okay, I missed that.
Wow.
So, Chris, what did you think of the match?
No, it was a good match. We kind of figured that the Usos were going to take this one.
Yeah.
I think they're going to take it until sometime either at WrestleMania or after WrestleMania, somewhere in that time frame. But no, good match. They're going to have to defend it Friday.
It's the New Day.
Yeah. Because
New Day wants to keep their record.
Because they cut a promo saying we got next, and they do.
They do.
Yeah, for me, I mean,
Raiders, I don't know.
I mean, definitely the match was off the chains, off the hook. It was a lot of Uzi in there. It just seems as a wrestling fan, when we want WWE or anybody to keep the titles on somebody, they don't. And we want them to take the titles off for a little bit, they don't. So it's like, I mean, again, who's going to dethrone the Usos? And I know later on we got a potential matchup. They're kind of hinting to something. So,
yeah.
I mean, unless the Viking Raiders do it or New Day does it, I mean, somebody, just like Roman Reigns, why can't we get the titles off of these guys? So,
yeah.
All right, Chris, what's our next match?
Yeah, the next match is going to be the Women's Championship. For Raw.
Before we get to that, Thomas says if the Usos drop the belt on SmackDown, it means Jay's going to miss some time.
Yeah,
possibly, or do they invoke the
Freebird rule?
The Freebird rule and let Sokoya hold the title for a little bit.
That depends on what it's their call.
Yeah, exactly. They're the table. So, all right, Chris, let's get into that. Next match was last woman standing, right?
Yep. Yeah.
All right, Christy. So, what do you think of that match?
As someone who loved the Becky versus Charlotte last woman standing match from Evolution 2018, this was actually pretty darn good. Especially with Bianca got behind the wheel of the golf cart with Bayley on top of the roof. I'm getting flashbacks. This is AEW related. I'm getting flashbacks to Sammy Guevara getting hit by a golf cart driven by Matt Hardy with Kenny Omega in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And then I love what Bianca did with Bayley, putting her in the ladder and then pushing it into the turnbuckle. And Bayley was like, and she can't get out.
Well, that's the way to win it.
Fourth, Bayley locked Bianca in a trunk. And Bianca tried to throw Bayley through a table. The table didn't break, but it broke later. But overall, it was a really, really good match.
All right, Chris, what did you think?
No, it's a really good match. First stipulation match on the women's side for Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
We had Bianca Belair's ponytail inside one of those equipment boxes, and I think out of it too. It was a good match overall.
Yeah,
like we said with the women's tag match, I don't know why you wouldn't put it on Bailey since
Mhm.
you put the tag titles back on Damage Control, because at the start, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Bianca pretty much had all the women's belts.
Mhm.
Uh, so I thought since Damage Control had the tag titles, you'd put the Raw Women's title on Bailey.
Mm.
It happened though.
But
Exactly.
yeah,
Go ahead, Christy.
I'm thinking Bianca. I'm thinking with Bianca, what they're trying to do with her is they want her to beat all 4 members of the 4 horsewomen of WWE. With she's already beat Sasha, she's beaten Becky, now she's beaten Bailey. Now there's only Charlotte left, and we don't know when she's going to come back. So, but I think that might be WWE's plan, is like have Bianca go up against one more member of the 4 horsewomen, and it's Charlotte. Maybe.
Okay, that's not a bad booking. I like that booking. For me, I'm with Chris. I think, the match was good. I mean, you finally got different stuff used. You got a different way of winning the match by
golf carts
with Bailey going under the ladder, in between the ladder, pushed under, couldn't get out. I mean, I think, what was it? Didn't John Cena tie Batista up in a last man standing match where he couldn't get up, or was that the Big Show? Or was that the Big Show? But anyways,
either one.
Yeah, I thought for sure once the women got the tag titles back, I thought, okay, Bailey's gonna win this one. They're gonna have Damage Control, have all the belts, and so. Tyler Burnett was hoping I was hoping that Bailey would have tied Beyonce's bear at the bottom of the rope, and Beyonce had to have decided to save her beard or her title. Now, Thomas, that would have been a great booking. Like, she gets tied up, or they tie it up around the ring post, her laying there, so she has to decide whether, have some shears next to her or unclip her hair. I'm assuming that's a fake hair in there. I mean, I could be wrong, but
right.
But no, that's a good one, Thomas.
Bailey messed with Bianca's braid enough; she was just going to suffer the consequences, like Sasha get whipped. I was like,
I don't. Whip her. I'm surprised she didn't whip it. So
I know. I was like, whoa, she didn't whip her. Wow.
Yeah. So, Chris, what was the next match?
Your main event was Roman and Logan Paul. Yeah.
No,
sorry.
I gotta say it. We've said it before. Give props to Logan Paul. I mean, 3 matches, and I mean, the guy's athletic. The guy, I believe, wants to make this a career of his choice.
Yep.
But Chrissy, what did you think of the match?
This was a crazy match. I think Roman underestimated Logan Paul and underestimated how good he actually is. And I still think it was funny. Logan Paul had his phone out. He's up there. He's good. You're going viral, Roman, and does the frog splash on him. You crazy guy. And the funny thing is that video actually got over 1 million views on TikTok.
Oh yeah, that's
insane.
Yeah, exactly. And Thomas Burnett, Logan Paul should consider doing this full time. Yes. I agree. Chris, how about you? What do you think of the match?
He's getting a lot better. Logan Paul is. He landed a couple lucky punches, even though it didn't work out, but he had some punch to it. Yep. I think with his injuries or so-called injuries, maybe they are, maybe they're not. I don't know.
Legitimate injuries.
Yeah, it's a legit injury.
It's legit.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, I think he has a year to think about it. Watch those three matches over again, and then so that way you can decide.
Chris just froze. All right.
Frozen crap.
Yeah.
No.
So anyway.
Okay, here I am.
Oh, he's back. All right.
I think he'll have a year to think about it and see what happens.
Yeah.
For me, like I said, give props to Logan Paul. Pulling the camera from his buddies or the phone and tell Roman Reigns he's going viral. That was
viral.
Honestly, that's got to be my moment of the week right there. I think that was slick. Chris is he'll be back.
Oh, he'll be.
One thing though, Logan Paul has to learn how to do a super kick. I think that was the worst super kick I've seen
Yeah, but he did do
ever.
one. Oh,
No, I think that was definitely the worst
that was
kick
not
I've
good.
seen. No, it wasn't.
Or his attempt at sweet chin music, like Shawn Michaels. That
Yeah.
he didn't tune up the
Yeah.
band well enough, and he didn't execute it really.
Oh, he tuned up the band just
Oh, he tuned it
perfect. He just
the kick
didn't
didn't go
deliver
off.
the kick.
No,
I think I've delivered better super kicks with action figures than I have seen Logan Paul do that.
Didn't
So-
Jake Paul get in the match too?
Yes,
Well,
he did get involved.
that's what we're getting at. So the
Yes.
Usos come out first. Or
Mhm.
actually, they came out, brought over Logan Paul's little buddies, got them involved,
They got beat
cleared the ring, and then Jake Paul comes out. Looks like he just woke up. I mean, possibly. Maybe he's trying to beat. Maybe he's trying to beat mess around in naps. I don't know. But he comes out and they take care of business, or he takes care of business, and then Sequoia comes out and doesn't really get involved.
Mm-mm.
And then the rest is history. Logan Paul does a flying body press over the top rope, gets back in the ring.
Flying crossbody, I think.
Yeah, and then gets back in the ring and super punch, and it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I really think that if Vince was in charge, I think we would have got a mid-match adjustment. I think Logan Paul would have won and taken the titles because that crowd was so into Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is one thing. That's one thing I got to think. I mean, I know Triple H is a business guy and he's doing what's best for business, but I think if Vince was in charge, so I think he would have put the titles on Logan Paul. Would have called in and been like, "Hey, let's flip the script here. Logan Paul's winning."
I did.
And that's
I
one
did
thing.
read. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I did read somewhere that they do have it set of when Roman will lose.
Yeah.
But it just depends on, or who's gonna beat
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
It
I've
just
heard
depends on when.
names. I've heard Karrion Kross and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. And Thomas Burnett probably make a good point. He probably couldn't deliver the kick due to his injury.
Yeah.
You're probably right, but for him to finish off with his injury, I don't think I could have.
Gutsy.
No.
Yeah.
And ironically, the funny thing about Logan's injury is it's the same injury Seth Rollins had back in 2015, where he tore the same three parts of his knee: ACL, MCL, and knee.
Yeah.
Same one.
So I mean, maybe they didn't make the call because of that, or maybe vice versa.
Yeah.
Knowing that Logan Paul got injured somehow, maybe they called and said, "Okay, let's keep the belt on Roman. Let's finish it this way." Yeah. So I mean, I know they do audibles all the time, but
Yeah.
I started believing. I don't know about you guys. I started thinking maybe Logan Paul's going to walk away with the titles.
I thought so
but-
too.
I think one match you'll see down the road is the Usos and Logan Paul and Jake Paul.
That's
Yep.
that's
I
been
don't know
thrown
when, but
that has been thrown out there. I've seen some memes already, and some people projecting that Mania we're going to get the Paul brothers versus the Usos for the tag titles.
With the knee, I don't think Logan's going to do it.
Who knows? I mean, we don't know how serious it is. I mean, but
how many months did it take for Seth Rollins to recover from that same injury? What about?
at least a year.
no, you're right. You're right. But
Yeah,
again, I mean, we'll see. I don't expect it to be at Mania. I'll be shocked.
I don't either.
Maybe Jake
SummerSlam,
Paul
maybe?
steps into the ring now, and I know he's thrown out the idea he wants to do this now, and so. But you guys' overall thoughts on Crown Jewel? Actually, Bray Wyatt made an appearance as thought. Of course, Uncle what's his face? Howdy.
Uncle Howdy.
Okay, Howdy. So he made an appearance too via. Where do we think this is going? I mean, because he started doing the same speech again. This ain't me, blah blah blah. This is the real me, and and he always gets cut off. So
Yeah.
It's like he's pouring his heart out, and then Uncle Howdy just cuts him off right there.
When are we going to start seeing some members? You think? I mean,
I'm thinking maybe in the next week or two, maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking
You're
this
gonna
is going
have
to be a slow process, though.
well,
Yeah.
if you
Kind of keep
want
that
to
element of surprise in there.
if you want to put the Wyatt 6 in a Survivor Series match, you're gonna have to do it pretty quick, like they're planning to, or the rumor was before.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna
Yeah,
have to announce people pretty quick on both shows.
yeah. I don't know. I guess we will see. I don't think. I think Bray is going to go back as the Fiend for a bit.
I don't know.
I don't know,
I
Thomas.
think
They
he was
got.
talking about that in his promo at Crown Jewel.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is who knows what's going to happen because they've, they tweaked my interest, and I think Chris is right. I think they got to do this revealing slowly, maybe one next week or one within a couple weeks or one after that. I think once they reveal one, they got to do all of them within a matter of weeks. So,
and if it's if Bray does go back to the Fiend, I think it's because of Uncle Howdy.
Right.
Saying you're gonna be back in the situation you were before, whatever.
Yep.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Uncle Howdy said, "Don't take the mask off."
Too late. He already did.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I really don't know where they're going with this because I don't think Bray's going to be the Fiend. I think that's going to be Bo Dallas. I think Bo Dallas will come out as a Fiend. I think maybe this will be Bray. His imagination coming to life against him.
Right.
I think we're going to get so.
But what if
possible.
what if they announce it as Bray Wyatt, but like you said, it's Bo Dallas?
Well, it'll be the Fiend. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. If Bo Dallas comes in as a Fiend, I don't think we get the mask taken off. I think he's going to wrestle with the mask on for a while.
Oh
No,
yeah.
I'm saying,
So
yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see who all comes in. So. But with that being said, guys, overall reaction to the pay-per-view, Christy?
Not bad. I mean, not bad. I had a couple of really, really good matches. Overall, it did feel kind of underwhelming, but last woman standing match in the main event definitely made up for it.
Yeah.
I think so.
Chris?
I think those two matches did too. And one match we didn't see that was kind of announced with Rollins with a mystery opponent for the title.
Did it happen?
Yeah, I think no, it didn't happen, and I'm guessing with everything that was happening and all the rumors, I think WWE is like, hey guys, you're open to back out, kind of thing, and card is subject to change. So I think maybe Rollins is like, no, I'm staying home. Possibly, I don't know. Maybe we'll get more into that. Maybe it'll be on Raw.
Yep,
maybe he'll get his open challenge. For me, I think it was one of the better pay-per-views. I mean, the Braun Strowman Omos match, Jack probably could have opened it up or been on a kickoff show.
Yeah, it would have made more sense to do it that way.
Yeah, but outside of that, I think all the matches were legit, high flying, good action. I mean, yeah, Braun Strowman Omos, that was a pretty action-packed match for two beefy guys.
Oh yeah, two huge.
So next pay-per-view, Survivor Series, Chris?
Yep.
Yeah.
All
and
right.
it's the final pay-per-view of 2022.
What's that?
It's the final pay-per-view of 2022.
Yep.
There's not one in December?
Nope. They did it with TLC last year, and I don't think they plan on bringing it back.
Yeah.
Ooh,
because
okay.
Triple H is going to try and get rid of the gimmicky type pay-per-views like Helen.
Yeah, which is fine. That's that's fine.
And we won't get a pay-per-view till Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and that's
because I heard they scrapped January 1st pay-per-view, day one.
Yep, they got rid of that one.
So Survivor Series coming up. Can't wait to see the build-up of that. War Games, 2 rings, cage. I think this is Triple H's probably Triple H's funnest pay-per-view. I think that's why I think we brought War Games in.
It'd be interesting to see how it's all put together.
Yeah,
that is true. And honestly, it would not shock me if they bring NXT involved somehow.
I think it's going to be your traditional SmackDown Raw.
Yeah, it probably will be, but I think a little spice. You get NXT involved. I mean, that's the way I would book it.
bit.
You know,
And it's going to be.
And maybe one thing is what they do is they don't have NXT invade until Survivor Series.
Yes, that would make
or
more
like
sense.
or like SmackDown, have it the week before
Right.
the pay.
Oh yeah, have a show up the week.
Get hit in the nose. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or like Chris said, maybe have NXT invade SmackDown the Friday before and be like, hey, we'll see you guys at Survivor Series. Yeah. So, all right, guys. So with that being said, I know we're a few minutes early, but Christy, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Just fun show tonight. It was great to I know we haven't done a show in about a week or two, so it was kind of great to get back into the swing of things on that.
All right, Christy, before we go, Chardell had a comment from you earlier. What's your quick thoughts on the Packers-Cowboys game?
I don't know. I think it's going to be tough. I know Packers are going to be coming out angry because they lost to the Lions today. So I'm expecting a close game, to be honest.
Okay.
It's going to be interesting how they, how they take McCarthy coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Chris, your final thoughts on what's going on with C2C?
Pay-per-view was good. C2C is going to have great shows coming up this week. You guys' new show, you and Tim's new show, Rank'em's on Tuesday morning. Yep. And then we'll have a bunch of our other shows this week too. So.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, week 2 of C2C Rank'em with me and Tim Hendricks, as we break down or give our top 5 on certain lists. So that definitely will be a great show to watch, and one of our shows that we will replay in the evening, at different time slots to see how it does. But like Chris said, keep checking out C2C all week long, got different shows. Our final on deck show for the year will be taking place Tuesday, unless something comes up, subject to change, or we don't feel oozy. I mean, one of the two. So with that being said, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Thomas Burnett, Chardell, anybody else I missed. Thank you for commenting and joining the show. And we'll see you all next week on Between the Ropes. Have a good night.
Good night.